think
like
I'm
it.
not
No,
too.
you said it's sleep too, yeah, it's fine. I mean, she knows it's like amazing,
Are you videotaping? It's okay, I can cut it, it's alright.
She can edit. All right, here we go.
So I chose this topic because it interests me, and I'm trying to get my degree in special education, hopefully soon. So I chose a rise in children's mental disorders and the decline of play. So there's, for probably 50 or more years, there's been a steady increase in anxiety and depression in children. More rapidly to recently in the past 5 years. CDC in 2018 gave some statistics on the amount of different behaviors. So 9.4% of children ages 2 to 17 are diagnosed with ADHD. 7.4%, approximately 4.5 million children diagnosed with some sort of behavior. 7.1 are children diagnosed with anxiety, and 3.2 diagnosed with depression. So that to me is like, wow, it's a lot. So a lot of research talked about intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. I'm sure you all know, but I'll just describe a little bit more about one choosing and developing their meaning of life when we engage in behavior because of personal rewards, like sports or example, cleaning your room or doing things in the classroom or being kind to others, warming your heart, like we all talk about, and doing things to make ourselves feel good. Instead of getting actual physical, materialistic rewards. So extrinsic material rewards are the judgments. It can be looks, high income status, looking for a more physical material reward. So young children, especially a lot younger than me, we're born with the media and television and internet and social media, and like a lot of us didn't have that. Some of us didn't have that growing up. So it's a lot different from when we were younger, and there's a correlation between the rise in anxiety and depression. So there's been a lot of substituting for extrinsic rewards for intrinsic ones, which in turn produces the anxiety and depression. Kids have little choice in school, little or self-directed play because of the constant testing and evaluations and the constant academic pressure. Children have all that lack of play and that interaction with each other, and that does cause anxiety as well. Definition of play is activity controlled and directed by the player, is directed toward intrinsic rather than extrinsic goals. So self-directed play, what it can do for the children: freedom and opportunity to educate themselves, explore and learn and problem solve, have control of their own lives. Children can leave situations when they are doing self-directed play, and if they don't want to play with a particular person or get out of a situation, they can kind of, walk away from that. Versus, a lot of times we put them in different groups and they have to be with particular people that they might not click with or really relate to. Build lifelong friendships, learning motor skills, just engaging in the social, also they're learning academics such as math and science, language development, social skills. They find interests in things, just through play. They might be interested in, sometimes we see kids playing and we're like, oh my gosh, this child is going to be an engineer one day because he's so into building and his mind works that way. So, They find their interests, they use their imagination, role play, and learn life skills. Outdoor play, physical fitness, motor skills, cardiovascular endurance. Vitamin D prevents bone issues, diabetes, heart disease, and builds immune system. 20 minutes, studies show that 20 minutes of physical activity boosts brain activity. Releases energy and improves focus and concentration. We all know that, but I wish we could have more outdoor play. Maybe 2 recesses a day would be really nice. Social skills, organization of their own games, kind of letting them go and kind of figure things out on their own. Friendships and learn to resolve conflicts. Studies show an increase of test performance when they have more outdoor play. Promotes better sleep and a chance to take appropriate risks, climbing, jumping, physical control, and agility. And you know, when we're outside, we're constantly like, oh, don't do this or don't do that. And we really kind of have to let them go, you know, a little bit so that they can explore and learn to balance and use their muscles and learn their body. So sometimes I think about that when I'm outside, like leave them alone and, you know, it's almost like he breaks an arm or... Okay, lack of play. We are depriving children of taking control of their own lives and making choices, making their own choices and learning from their mistakes. Too much protection. We are diminishing their choice, self-control, and preventing them from discovering and exploring. Too many adult-directed activities in school and out, including sports and lessons. You know, so many kids are more involved than we ever were growing up. You know, a lot of them are in dance or gymnastics and doing all sorts of sports and baseball, and a lot of it is adult-directed. There's a lot more of children that are being catered to, protected, rewarded, even when not deserved. So there's a lot of those extrinsic rewards that are happening a lot more than when we were younger. So I think that can produce the anxiety and some depression for kids as well. Children learn quickly that their own choices do not count, but what does matter is the teachers' and the parents' choices and judgments. Ways to incorporate play in your classroom. Create play-based learning, which we all do. We have centers and try to make, you know, use games and play different things at different activities, and they're still learning. Using manipulatives, playing games like I Spy, hide and seek, guessing games. Take play breaks after hard lessons and checkups. Let them relax and re-energize. Take learning outside. You know, if it's a beautiful day out, you can take, you know, a certain project or something that you're learning and go outside. You can use puppets. You can act it out. We do a lot of that in all of our classrooms. A lot of acting out, different problem solving. Play with your students, builds bonds, creates a classroom community of shared learning and fun. No matter what, don't ever give up. Which I have learned that this year, a lot.